Lance. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Thank you for having me.
Um, so do you want to tell people a bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, I I am in Boise, Idaho, which is a lovely city. Uh, I am a lawyer, and I my practice is geared toward families with special needs and people who are needing to go into long-term care.
Okay.
So,
Sorry for everyone who didn't catch that. You're a lawyer for people who need long-term care, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Um, I am kind of a challenge athlete. I like physical activity. Uh, and my biggest uh, uh, bike ride was um was going for about 28 miles in one day, and in the Idaho wilderness. And that has been, that was really fun to do. And I also like to swim. Like my apartment is right near the my pool, and so I like to swim at least 2 times a week. Uh, yeah, I think that is that sums up my my life.
Right. Do you do you use a trike when you go biking?
Yes, I used a, a, a recumbent trike with a ear-assist motor, and I nicknamed her Big Bertha because she is gigantic. And I did have a road bike trike at one time, and that had one wheel in the front and two wheels in the back. And that thing could tip like you wouldn't believe.
Right. That's
I,
that's
I am also part of the Challenge Athlete Foundation, and I got a grant to uh, get my new bike truck.
right. Um, and how long did it take you to apply, and what was that process like?
Eh, So it's different from for me than it would be for others. Um, because the challenge athlete foundation of Idaho is like here locally, and they have some very uh, generous, generous donors. But if uh, if anyone would like to apply and get a grant, then it is actually very easy to do. You just make a account at the the Challenge Athlete Foundation website, and it might take a while, but they do give grants out internationally, and it may take a while, um, but I suggest that people do.
Right. Now, can you speak about how a CP or cerebral palsy has affected your childhood and your growing up?
Yeah. I would say it did not affect me in childhood as much as it does today. My parents owned a farm, and I was expected to do work on 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 the farm, like rolling bells and feeding cows, and they expected me to do a lot, and that was such a blessing that they had expectations for uh, for me. I know with ataxia, it is a progressive disease, and for people with CP, the use of the condition doesn't get worse with age, but how it affects you does. So in my youth, I, like any kid, I had a lot of energy to talk um very intentionally, and I didn't use any type of mobility device growing up. Now I do use a wheelchair, and I find myself getting a lot more tired as an adult.
Right. Um, so what is, going back to your profession, what is your favorite part of being a disability lawyer?
I like that all of my colleagues are not working because they want a quick uh, buck. Uh, if one of them have personal experience with either a disability or or a mental illness. So I think I love people that really care about others, and I love that we could that my firm helps others.
What are your favorite sports to practice?
I like swimming and I love riding my bike.
And you play sled hockey, correct?
No, I don't. There was a event that
Oh,
I
okay,
went to where we did play sled hockey.
okay. Um, so what with the swimming and the biking, would you say they're easily adaptable for people?
Well, swimming on 50 is easy. I think so. One of the things that probably we all know of is uh, specialized equipment is really expensive. So you can get a custom made truck that will allow you to adapt to uh, being a in a in the sport, but money is the issue, and that is why the Challenge Athlete Foundation is doing good work in getting people what they need that would normally be uh, uh, too cost prohibited for them.
Right. What can the abled community uh, s- do to make things better for or more accessible for people?
Uh, I don't know the answer to that question. I do know that uh, society has come a long way in having in designing public spaces that allows people with different abilities uh, to be more active.
What advice would you give to anybody here who is aspiring to become an athlete and wants to do different sports and things?
Just go try it out uh, and see if you like it. Try as many sports as you can in as many ways that you can.
Is there, on a similar note, is there a piece of advice you would give to people to help them overcome challenges?
That is such a broad question, and I don't want to give advice that this tells people to always be positive, because that never helps. I would say to your group, uh, your 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 pain is valid. Your frustration in life is valid, and you need to give yourself grace. If, if you don't feel like getting up, getting out of bed.
So before I open it up to questions from people, how should people? Is there a way that people can reach you?
Yeah, people can reach me at lastpose at gmail.com.
Right, and we'll include that in our follow-up email. Uh, Thanks, Lance, for taking the time. I'm just gonna open up the floor. I would ask that we do it like we did before because it worked. If you have a question for Lance, please raise your hand and I'll go ahead and get to you. Okay, you go. Amy, go ahead.
Thank you, Lance, for speaking to us today. I was gonna comment on your speech. It was really good. Your speaking pattern, it's really good. And I was wondering if you do a combination of practice and like occupational therapy, or if you sing out loud or practice out loud, or I mean, I don't know if you're a trial lawyer and you're used to speaking in front of a courtroom.
Yeah, that is a tough one because I thank you for your compliment. I don't think my speech is that good actually, and it is a constant frustration that I have, and quite lately it's been weighing on my mind because I went ahead and asked Medicare for a speech generating device, which I thought that I would never have to use. So that is a big, it will be a big adjustment when it comes along. It, I think I don't train in any way to form my speech, but I do try to concentrate on every syllable of the word. That is called total word pronunciation, and I learned that as a kid in going to speech therapy, and that's been a great thing to a great tool.
That was called total word pronunciation.
Yes.
Okay. Jesse. Let me unmute you. Yeah, Jesse, go ahead. Jesse?
Jesse, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, Lance.
Hello.
Hi. I want to ask, does the foundation at all work in Canada at all? Is it international or just national?
Yes, it is international. And don't forget that you might have some adaptive sports organizations in your area
Yeah.
too.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lance.
Anybody else? Just hit the raise hand button. Going once, going twice. Okay. Thanks, Lance, for taking the time to speak with us today. And yeah, it was great to hear from you.
Great to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess have a good rest for your day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Lance.
Thanks, Lance.
Oh.